They played us like a damn fiddle!
The Basilica Nostra is the home of Edessa's greatest thinking minds. Many would relish the chance to...
Well, look at you. Don't seem to be quite as busy as the other humans working the scaffolding. You might be perfect. Listen, stranger, would you like to earn a bit of coin? No sweat off your brow, promise. Every now and then, the scholars take an assistant from the laboratories in the walls to the Basilica. Right now, that's me. The Basilica is where the scholars of Edessa reside. Not many assistants there besides me, but I manage. The scholars are the most educated gnomes. You could say they are the thinkers of our society. Lost? The Basilica Nostra is home to Edessa's scholars. The Forum is the center of Edessa, and behind that is Livrarium, Edessa's library. The consistorium is, well, under construction. Even in its unfinished state, the Forum is a perfection of architecture, a fitting place for the seat of our government. The Livrarium is our storehouse of knowledge. The works of many scholars, sages, historians, and mages can be found within. I don't know all the details about it. I assist many scholars with their works here. I know that Scholar Narain was involved in linguistics. It's safe to say the experiment will likely be some verbal study. Scholar Narain has quarters in the Basilica Nostra. Speak with her and she'll get you started. You need to speak with Scholar Narain in the Basilica Nostra. She'll tell you what to do.
What? We gnomes have allowed long legs free walk of our city by our... If you're here for trade, then... go to the market or the Arcadium. Otherwise, just don't touch anything. No good will come of visiting the Hospitalis quarters. The kind that lives here knows nothing but trouble.
I hear the bursars will loan money to its clients. Just make sure to pay it all back. We have been asked to make all efforts to help you enjoy your stay. How is Sandstone Villa?
What?
Who's there?
They don't like us going down into the aisles. Guess there's some important things down there. Got some coin to rub together? There's always something worth buying in the market.
Well, it seems you're not here for work, based on how the gnomes seem to be treating you. What can I do for you? Most humans in Alpha feel like there's no opportunity here, but somehow I've managed. Same with the merchants in the markets and in the Arcadium. I lead the construction efforts in the Isles. The gnomes draw up the plans, of course, but I am the one that realizes them. Best tread softly, stranger. These are the gnomes' prized grounds. They barely let me build the place. Be seeing you.
Heard that Apathy is still a mess of bandit gangs. Glad I was able to get out of there. Heard that Apathy is still a mess of bandit gangs. No worries while in the city. The gnomes keep a roof over our head and bread in our bowls for the most part. It's not the easiest life, but I'll take it.
Isn't a lot that gets a Burke through the day in the quarters. I'll spend a few minutes on conversation, surely. Finally. spent a day working the scaffolds, and I can't help but wonder where the gnomes are getting all this lumber. Finally.
I hear that Templar Montanel will train any willing students in the art of persuasion.
No good will come of visiting the hospitalis quarters. The kind that lives there.
The Basilica Nostra is the home of Edessa's greatest The Basilica Nostra is the home of Edessa's greatest... What? Yes? Keep the peace while in the city. Don't need any more...
Further, what I found confusing was how this completely contradicts the findings you presented 2 years ago. But your latest treatise very clearly states that the evidence actually supports the contrary. So, which is correct? Your treatise? Or
Speak to Eric Forth if you're looking to improve your dispelling ability.
No worries while in the city. The gnomes keep a roof over our head, bread in our bowls for the most part. It's not the easiest life, but I'll take it.
The Forum is the democratic center of our society. Though the Templars lead, all gnomes are allowed to speak their mind in the Forum.
Keep the peace while in the city. Don't need any more long legs cluttering up the prison.
The Livrarium was the first building raised in Edessa. It's home to the vast wealth of knowledge our people have amassed.
You wish to speak? The Livrarium holds a wealth of knowledge for any that wish to walk amongst us. The Forum is the democratic center of our society. Though the Templars lead, all gnomes are allowed to speak their minds.
We gnomes have allowed long legs free walk of our city.
Be quick. Keep the peace, stranger. I know you are welcome to Sandstone Villa, but we've no need for any outside trouble. Edessa is a coveted prize. We've turned a barren stretch of desert into an oasis of knowledge. So we Praetorians must protect it. I am the leader of the Praetorian Watch within the Isles. Me and my guards ensure that nothing jeopardizes the institutions we've built here. We are the backbone of Gnomish society. The scholars are the brain, and the Templars are the will. But we are the means. Very well.
Well, look at you. I've waited so long for these. There are some things you simply cannot do with ordinary blades. Beautiful, exquisite things. The city has no parallel, and it's only half built. I can't even conceive of all the contributions we will make to these lands in learning and policy. It is where the greatest minds of the gnomes, the scholars, can determine the underlying rules and laws of existence. From here, our power is born. I got my start doing vivisections in the laboratories. I showed enough knowledge of humoral balance and physiology that I was asked to join the Basilica. My colleagues are always at the forefront of research. I must stay at my best to keep up. Very well. Well, look at you.
Well, when I sent Ordern to recruit subjects, I didn't think I'd find one quite as tall as yourself. But he has done well. In fact, I'd say you make the perfect test case for my newest work. The Basilica is currently funding more remote experiments than ever before. Why would they do so much work externally? Makes it difficult to keep track of it all. I've specialized in the study of languages and discourse. Of course, the Basilica sees no end of political applications for my research, so I'm happy to be well funded. Not all the scholars are dedicated to academia. Some, like Ailey Ehrencourt, are put on bureaucratic duties between projects. It's not always ideal. In so many words, yes, I'm developing a potion vital for future diplomacy. One that will let the user understand foreign tongues. But it requires calibration. Currently, the potion grants universal understanding, but it will not properly permit speech. I will administer a new formula. The spells in my lab shall localize the effects, so I can ask a few questions of you in various tongues. Yes. Now, I will just administer the potion and we can begin. Yes. If you can understand what I am saying, please tell me my name. Very good. Very good indeed. I'm going to try a different language now. See if you can understand it. Tell me, where can I find the Court of Summer? This is rather remarkable progress. We've covered much more ground than my other subjects. Now, I am not quite as versed in the language of the Jotun as I really need to be for this, but I'll attempt to ask my final question anyways. There is an army of Fae named the Tuatha. Tell me, where are they from? Well done! That was more successful than I'd ever hoped. The potions should begin wearing off completely by this point. I want to go record this data. I'm happy for your assistance. Here, take these potions for your trouble, and thanks again. Yes? Yes, I don't know who sent you, but I'm not looking for unsolicited subjects at this time. The Praetorians are up in arms about the laborers as it is. Yes?
You wish to speak?
Salutations. Have you come to the Isles on any business? Please state your intention. I'm quite busy. The scholars first found this crater brimming with strange potential. In studying the area, more equipment than people came, until a city was born. It is the product of centuries of learning. Here we distill the experiences of our race into axioms, knowledge that future generations may live by. While my background lies in the study of magical acuity contextualized by race, somehow I ended up being a basilica liaison to the Domus concerning Fae and Alfar. I see.
What? The Livrarium was the first building raised in Odessa. It's home to the vast wealth of Gnome. They're saying it's going to be another 3 months until the forum is completed. This project is taking so long.
What? Ne'er-do-well can teach anyone how to pick locks, if they have coins.
Blessings to you.
Blessings to you.
The Forum is the democratic center of our society. Though the Templars lead, all gnomes are allowed to speak.
Speak to Eric Porth if you're looking to improve your dispelling ability.
Hello there.
The Grand Bursar will invest money for its clients. It's an easy but risky way to put...
Speak to Eric Porth if you're looking to improve your dispelling ability.
You wish to speak?
While in the city. What? What?
While you are welcome to walk the aisles, I cannot say there is much available for one of your kind. There is the Livrarium and the Basilica. Very well.
Yes? No good will come of visiting the hospitalis quarters. The kind that lives here knows nothing.
Enjoying a tour of our great city. It is beautiful. From here all the way to Sandstone Villa. It was born during the early years of the war, though thankfully away from the conflict. Perhaps the greatest house of learning in all of the Phalanx. The complexity of ideas and the thought within is truly astounding. I must get back there soon. I don't spend nearly as much time in the Livrarium as I would like. I oversee much of our economic relations with other powers. Gold is the road to diplomacy, in many respects. We are the principals of Odessa, so to speak. With our hands and voices, we guide our brethren and neighbours. The Forum is a place for all gnomes, where we Templars are humbled by the people's trust in governance. Travel far. Good day, stranger.
Yes?
It's you! Glad you decided to show. Can't say I wasn't antsy with all these squirrel-headed gnomes staring me down crosswise. But let's be quick-like about this. Before you go into the vault, I've got to run you down on what's needed. They say this place is the bright center of knowledge, but there's a coldness beneath these floors, like something hidden. Been a bit since we crossed paths, hasn't it? Well, after I got free of that curse, I joined up with Grimm's crew. Ain't been some lily liver after what happened at Rithen. I'm stronger now, faster. Better thief than I ever could have been under the Hierophant. Grimm learned that the gnomes enchanted the missives with a spell that lets them know its location at all times. Trilgarin came up with a solution. The Shroud of Omission. Cover the book in this shroud and the gnomes will forget it exists. Now, are you ready? This is a one-way trip. Once you're in, you'll have to find your own way out. Some old book. Don't look at me for what's in it. The value that those cursed scullions place in the missives is what concerns Grimm and I. I don't know if Trilgarin made the bloody thing or stole it, but she said it's one of a kind. Place an object under the shroud and all the world forgets it existed. Seems useless, eh? But in the right moment, it's a damned waggish bedlam. Through this floor grate here. You'll have to do what you can to keep your bearings. It's a maze down there. And be careful. There might be pint pots, but these gnomes will become vicious if they get wise to you. Right, you better go. Be quick about it. I'll distract them. Let's do this. What are you waiting for? Go get that book! I don't know if Trilgarin made the bloody thing or stole it, but she said it's one of a kind. Place an object under the shroud and all the world forgets it existed. Seems useless, eh? Let's do this.
Surrender! Now! Surrender!
Blessings to you. Blessings to you.